much. My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she wants us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. And I'm here with So Fab Kim.
Yeah, we're back.
It's been a while since the Sibs have been on the scene. Yeah, I mean, a lot has happened, a lot hasn't happened, and everything in between. It's a little loud.
I was about to say came in hot.
But it's okay. So how was your day today?
You know, it wasn't bad, my nig. One thing that I'm realizing is that oftentimes we give people a little bit too much credit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we give people a little bit too much credit.
Speak it. Don't pull it back. Because you know me. I'll join in. Ha ha ha.
Well, and I say that to also say, check in with us, y'all. Let us know where's your mind, your heart, your spirit. Let us know how you're doing, because I had to check in with a friend earlier this week because I hadn't heard from him in a while and he was radio silent. And, you know, sometimes when, you know, people are radio silent, you just got to make sure, like, wait a minute, you good? And come to find out, you know, he really just kind of needed a friend. So he knows who he is. I'm not going to put his business out there. He just know that you're loved and you're supported, and whatever you need, I'm here for you, which is also a good segue into its Men's Month.
Men's Health Awareness Month.
There we
Men's
go.
Mental Health Awareness Month.
There we go. And we'll get into that in just a bit. But what I was referring to when I say that we give people too much credit, I work with someone where, you know, I look at them, and sometimes people put on this facade where they're just like, oh, I got this. I'm this, I'm that. And oftentimes I've realized that is just something that they put up. It's a facade because of fear and intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to boost themselves up a little bit more. And because I don't really know you, I'm just taking you by face value. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know your stuff. Until we start pulling back those layers and those layers, and you realize you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Right.
You know, and it's heartbreaking because it's detrimental to the organization as a whole. Mm-hmm. Instead of you just saying, like, look, I need help. I don't know what's going on. And then it also is infuriating because oftentimes people who have the complexion for protection are able to get away with things like that. Whereas though we are being, you know, questioned to the third degree to prove that we have the experience, that we have the knowledge, that we have the education, that we have all of these things to just get a piece of the pie. So I say all that to say, yeah, we give people too much credit, and it's frustrating, but I'm getting over it. And I need to learn on my end to sometimes ask more questions and not take people at face value.
Word, because time is, that's the one thing we can't get back.
Right.
It's the most valued thing that we have. I hate the way my microphone sounds right now.
I know, right? Like, why does it sound like there's an echo?
Yeah, I don't like that.
People was in here messing with stuff.
Which one am I?
You are 3.
Okay. Well, we'll figure that out in a second, because
Mm-hmm.
I hate the way that sounds. Mm-hmm. But to be completely honest, I agree. There's a lot of here's what it is. We try to give people the benefit of the doubt based upon the fact that we want the benefit of the doubt. So we treat people in the way that we want to be treated, not to realize that sometimes these people don't know how to treat themselves. They don't know how to speak for themselves. They don't know how to advocate for themselves. They just been getting along, go along to get along.
Right.
And when you're a grinder, the go along to get along people and the grinder people have two different worlds and two different mindsets. And they usually clash when it's time for business to be handled. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I asked off air was, you know, we don't really ask people for much.
And don't.
To pull this TDS thing off, we don't ask people for a lot. Even to get to this point, you know, for those that we have asked, we've returned favor. We returned the favor in some form or fashion. be it monetary, paying people for the things that we need, or once we got things settled, being able to give them a platform to voice whatever it is that they may want to get off their chest or their business or everything. We've done that. But what I've learned is we tend to manipulate the situation to best benefit us, no matter who we are going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And you experienced that on the work end. I experienced that on the business end, not once but twice within 2 weeks, of people just not being appreciative of the fact that I am the man that I say I'm going to be. So when I wake up, I am that person, be it right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
Because the one thing a lot of people may not know about both of us is we will take accountability and joke about our flaws. We are not perfect. But what I do have a problem with is being taken for granted, as if the things that I give or the generosity that I show or the grace that I have not always been this person. You have not always been this person.
Oh, absolutely not.
We have taken the time to do the work. And now we've started to find that there are others who may not have done their work.
Right.
And this is a society that we live in, very self-centered. And I'm over it. All right.
All right.
I'm over it. And I'll share why. Because many times when I work with people or help people, there's minimum to no benefit for myself.
True.
We as TDS have helped people and not have gotten paid a dime or not a third of what the value is of what we've given.
Absolutely.
There are people who I've helped get jobs and employment who wouldn't even be in the places that they were in if I didn't help. And it wasn't to be able to brag, it was to be able to satisfy a need that person had at that time. But then when it's time for that to flip back, I don't see that. And I have a problem with that, right? I have an issue with that. And that for me has been tough to not be old me and start going at people in a way that is verbally vicious because you've now hurt me.
Right.
So therapy is working because
I'm glad.
Thank you. So to pull it in with Men's Health Month, therapy has helped me now be able to see things from other people's lens and then allow me to adjust how I hold myself accountable to the action that person did.
Right.
Versus just jump straight to anger. And I need more of us to do that because there's weasels everywhere. And weasels are not going to stop weaseling, right?
No.
And so what we have to do is be able to step back, assess, see it from the other person's lens of why they may have acted in such a way. And then now we act accordingly. I need us to get out of our emotions.
Yes.
Not saying not to have them, but know where to place them.
Right.
And it's specifically men that we're talking about because it's Men's Month, Men's Mental Health Month. And so what we will have is we'll have a therapist this week, or not this week, I'm sorry, starting next week, we'll have a therapist, we'll have a motivational speaker, we'll have a couple guys who are entrepreneurs. So similar to what we did with Women Impacting Now. And then we're going to have some attorneys. Two of them, one is going to talk about divorce law. The other one is going to talk about child custody. Okay. Because these are the stressors that we have as men, when it comes down to our families, because people think we don't care. And that's not true. The courts can be very intimidating if you don't know your rights.
This is true.
So for those who don't know their rights, we're going to share that. Now, then also the specifics that we're going to be talking about, along with our healing consultant, I'll pull that up right now. is, hold on one second. I got it right here. So we'll be talking about closing the tabs, which is discovering the hidden impact of unresolved issues, refresh and restore, the healing power of closing old chapters, and then new beginnings, living your best life with a clear mind and an open heart, which is what I am working on. So I guess to start off Men's Month, I will say that is a part of what we work on in therapy, which is called unfiltered joy. Like our theme of my therapy is unfiltered joy. Now the joy is what we focus on, right? When we hear that, it's like, yay, I want joy. But to get joy, there's a lot of work that you got to do, a lot of garbage that you got to take out, a lot of humility, looking at the person in the mirror and taking accountability for where you are specifically at this time without pointing fingers with others. And it's tough because you want to be like, but if you, but that interaction has two sides. And so, you have to be accountable for your own. No different than what I'm saying in our interactions with other people who don't necessarily take or people who take for granted the relationships that they have built with us, both professionally and as friends. So it's going to be a loaded month, and I hope people tune in and take some of this information. And then if you don't want to be live and ask questions, please inbox us or DM, whatever you need to do, because these are going to be resources that you then in turn have access to simply by, once again, TDS Radio. But my goal and my mission, and I thought about having like a whole brunch thing. I can't say Diddy because he messed that up.
Right.
But a whole brunch thing. But what I really want to do is focus on this one, on the information. We'll grow this because I want to find authentic brothers. Because I'm tired of our clowns who want to just go viral. I'm tired of our clowns who demean women. I'm tired of our clowns who just, don't navigate the space of being a man properly. We're going to be flawed and we're going to have our hiccups, but there's ways to address hurt. There's ways to address pain. There's ways to address confusion and even ask for help without us being the assholes that we see out here right now. And that's what we see. We see a lot of hurt brothers that are in trauma spaces that don't know how to move, don't know where to move, and don't know who to talk to. So hopefully the resources that we provide with that, once again, like I said, we will have a therapist, we will have a motivational speaker, we will have two family attorneys. Like I said, the big thing about those attorneys is divorce, because that takes men out. That takes men out. I'm not saying it doesn't take women out. Once again, this is not your month. It takes men out in a way that a lot of people don't understand. And I think men need to know their rights. And then also with child custody. So these are the things that we are going to like kind of focus on, and not to harp in a negative, to point fingers like that be.
No. This is a space of clarity, awakening, and accountability.
This is what, yes, because the way I like to say it is, this is a get your shit together. Because we do get your shit. This is get your shit together, because we can't evolve into being the person who you see in your mind. Everybody has that little mystery person in their mind that you want to be. You want to talk like that person, walk like that person. You may want to look like that person, but you just can't get it because you just keep those things just keep pulling strings, and it's like, see, I want to be better, but so hopefully we can help. It's a project of mine. Hopefully this is the first time I've done it, so hopefully the brothers who are involved don't let me down, and then I'll be in here. I told y'all everything I said. To hell with it. And
for the men that are watching, don't be afraid to invite and share with some of your friends and colleagues.
So the graphics will be coming out. Please share the graphics. Please share with your friends. Fellas, I wanted to play the role or the reel or the piece of Kia saying, our sex educator, well, you always talk about a safe space. Why don't you create that safe space? Well, this is me taking a stab at it. We can grow this and develop this, but let's get some authentic brothers involved so that it doesn't die. The one thing I don't want us to do is have a good month and then there's no follow-up or follow through.
That's why I hate women empowerment brunches. I mean, it is what it is. I can't stand.
Say that.
I will say it. And anyone who knows me knows that I have said this multiple times. I cannot stand women empowerment brunches if there is no follow up and follow through. Like, yes, we can sit here and toot each other's horn. We can talk about how great we are. We can talk about, oh, I'm Black girl magic. I'm this, I'm that. Oh, sis, you doing it. But there's also a time when depression sets in, anxiety sets in, all these other stressors. And you know what? Maybe I'm just not fucking successful right now. So what do we do?
I don't feel like I am.
And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people who go to these brunches and these places looking for help. They're looking for clarity. They're looking for direction. And it doesn't happen. It ends up just being an event where we can all pat each other on the back and say, girl, you doing it. And I'm doing it. And I'm going to show you how to do it for a fee. You know, so let's do better. So like you said, I hope that this is a continuation so that men can continue to have this conversation and be active and move forward.
I would like to see my therapist get some clients out of this.
There we go.
If that's not me pushing him, but it would be nice as a Black man to see him get a couple. If he gets 2 clients out of this, I'd be happy. I would say that we did a job well done, because the more that he and I work, the more I realize how much I needed, even if it's just a space to talk, to be able to get this information or get these words out of my head with somebody who's not going to fire back. But I feel, because that's when a lot of people, men and women, begin to go into their cocoon and feel like they haven't been heard, because now somebody else is firing shots about how they feel. Now you forget how you want to specifically word things, and nothing ever gets resolved. So let's do that. And let's end Men's Mental Health Month, or Mental Health Awareness Month. Let's end it on a strong, positive note. How we're going to end it, don't know, but I didn't want to do the brunch thing because I really want to focus on the speakers, the questions, and the content that will be coming up throughout this month. So that's something big that we got going on. And are we allowed to invite people to this Fuck Up Night on Friday?
Oh, absolutely. So for those of you who are interested in Fuck Up Nights, or who may be in the stages of a startup, new business idea, whatever have you, Durham is having their startup weekend. It's actually Durham Tech Startup, but they're welcoming any sort of industry, walk of life, or whatever have you, this weekend here at AU. You are able to still sign up. It's a $20 donation, and you get that back in a t-shirt. But it is a full-on, hands-on experience where they're going to teach you how to cultivate your business. It's going to be mentorship. There's going to be a pitch competition that will include a reward, monetary reward, and other prizes and things like that. So you can just go to Knox Street Studio for more information, or reach out to them to get more info about it. It's also on Eventbrite, and we will also be doing a mini session of Fuck Up Nights there as well, where we can all come together, talk about, some things that we have done wrong and what we've learned from it, and just the resilience of it, how we're not living in that fuck up, but how we're moving past it, because everyone's going to fuck up regardless of what stage of life you're in, or everyone has fucked up. So what did you learn from it? How did you move forward? And what keys can you possibly give to the next person to where they can avoid that pitfall?
Sounds like a plan to me. Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah. Right.
Birthdays. Do you have any?
Oh, I didn't even check.
I have a lot. So while you look, I will go. So starting from June 1st, because that's the first of the month, I have Lisa Evans, Sam Blue, Mark Gilbert, Talia Pipkin, Chase Smith, cousin June Carver, my man Lamar Lamizzi, Lamar Boyd,
yeah, that's right.
Carla King, Kareem Clark, my homegirl Dormany Walker. What's today? The 4th, right? So I'm gonna keep going. Dormany Walker, Warren Biggs, Reggie Reg, Dominique Nicole, and then today is Talana Snow, Lydia Carter, Yolanda Holden, Nicole Greer, Terrence Coleman, Rob Schmitty, that's Schmitty's dad, and then Marcel McKinney. And happy 63rd, Mr. Rob Schmidt. Schmidt was one of my football players. That's his dad.
Right. Yeah.
But happy birthday to everybody. And let's get our birthday jam going on.
All right. You're not gonna do that.
Well, wait. Yeah, because I don't want us to just sit here looking crazy. That would be wild. Like, why would we do that? Hold on, let's see. Where
there we go.
It. Yeah, there
and
we
you
go.
ready?
Bang.
And
y'all ready?
As the saying says, continue to live life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from your favorite Sibs. Boom. Happy birthday, everybody.
happy birthday.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this foolishness. It's been a while.
Yes.
Entertainment news with SoFab Kim.
Let's do it.
Who we going with first today?
All right. And I hate to start off with this story, but it's hot off the press, especially after we did all that talking about men. However, we do have some news about The Dream. Now, The Dream is the latest celebrity to be accused of rape and abuse in a new lawsuit, according to the New York Times. Now, it says the singer-songwriter is facing serious allegations of rape.
That wasn't a good picture to pick of this man with those type of allegations. I looked at that and immediately said that he did it.
You know what?
Because I'm in love with you, baby, and I want. Ain't that him?
Yes, that is him.
That's my jam.
I know.
But when I look at that picture, I think he did it. Damn,
Well,
Dream.
Let me get to this. Because he's
Radio
responsible for a
killer.
lot of hits, and that's a shame. So
Damn,
the
Dream.
singer-songwriter is facing some serious allegations of rape, sexual battery, and sex trafficking. I don't know what's going on with these men in power with the sex trafficking thing, but it's crazy. So this is a new lawsuit that is filed by a singer whom he allegedly once told that he would make the next Beyonce or Rihanna. Now, the lawsuit is citing California's Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act, and it was filed by his former protege, Shanaz Mangro, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Now, this is according to the New York Times. Now, she performs under the moniker Shani Monroe. Now, these claims were in 2015. She claims the hitmaker used promises of advancing her career to trap her into an abusive relationship. She alleges that The Dream, formerly known as, his actual name, which is crazy, Therese Diamant, crazy, The Dream, coerced her into having sex with him repeatedly, strangled her, and threatened to show intimate recordings of them to other people. The 33-year-old aspiring singer says that she met The Dream in Atlanta in 2015, where he allegedly dangled the promise of launching her career into superstardom. However, The Dream quickly turned sour. Within days, she alleges that he began pressuring her for sex, manipulating her by claiming it was necessary for her success. The lawsuit also details disturbing incidents where he allegedly locked her in a dark room and forced himself onto her, refused to use condoms despite her protests, and once put her up in a hotel and instructed staff to monitor her movements. Additionally, the suit also describes an incident where he forced her to have sex with him in a theater in view of other moviegoers. And it continues on. And of course, if you would like to read the rest of it, it is available at the New York Times, but a lot of powerful people in the industry are starting to fall. Yeah.
I hope he didn't do it. But
yeah.
right now, who's to say? Next thing you know, a video comes out. Especially now, you did something in the theater. There wasn't nobody else
to say anything.
Man, I forgot the artist that just said, man, y'all weren't witnesses, y'all were accomplices. So if you've seen this happening and you didn't say anything, you are an accomplice. You are not a witness or an innocent bystander. And I agree 1,000%. So anybody who knows that the Dream has done these things, your ass should go to jail too. Because am I going to say he didn't? I can't say that he didn't. I can't say that he did.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all going to get Cameron mad at me because I'm just like, I don't know him. He might not have. But there are people who know the truth. And so if the people who know the truth are the ones that said, I seen it, I saw it, I know, and you didn't say, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
Now, if these things did not happen and she's trying to get a check because the career didn't go the way it's supposed to, then she too is wrong. I'm not going to victim shame or victim blame anyway across the board. But if these things happened,
right,
then there's somebody who knows it and needs to say it too.
And needs to speak up. Absolutely. 100%.
It's the best way I can answer that without being biased on one side or the other.
Yeah. And this is honestly something that I wouldn't mind having a conversation with, like you said, with a therapist to really break down some of these habits, because we do know that once people get to a certain level in life where they feel like they're invincible, they start doing things because it's like, well, who's going to check me? So where does that superior complex come from to where you just feel like I can do this and I wish somebody would, or I'll make your life a living hell if you decide to tell?
Well, I think that comes from the desperate people who will sell who has their price, and their price is easily attainable. And so when you come across people who do this consistently, when you finally find somebody who's like, nah, I'm not doing that, then now here comes your confusion and your problems with the person saying, well, why not? And then now here comes the abuse because everybody else has done it. And I, once again, don't get me with the victim blaming or the victim shaming. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is somebody goes to these people thinking that he's going to make me a star and not realize that comes with a price.
Yes.
Stop going to these celebrities thinking that they're going to do things out of love and friendship. It's coming with a price. You're going to pay something for that.
Yes. And I don't know if you had a chance to watch the show on Netflix called Baby Reindeer.
No.
Well, there was a whole entire theme of the show where the comedian so badly wanted to succeed that he ended up, coming across another guy that was in the show business. And he kept saying, give me your scripts. I'll help you. I'll get you to the next level. When all he wanted to do was groom this man and put him in a predicament to where he was now raping him. And the guy was so desperate. Now I'm saying
raped for jokes.
Well, I'm saying this is what happened. He drugged him and put stuff and laced his drinks and stuff like that and raped him. And he actually woke up where he's like, there was saliva all over my stuff. And he realized what happened, but he was so desperate for stardom that he kept going back and kept going back and kept going back. And this man wanted more and more and more from him, but he would do little things like take his script and tell him, oh, this is perfect, I'm going to send it here. Or, oh, this is garbage, you need to come, we need to rewrite this. But he would bait him in different little ways to try to get him to keep coming back so he could suffer more and more and more from, the abuse.
Crazy work.
It was insane. So I say all that to say that this definitely can happen where people, like you said, will use a certain person. And if the person is so desperate for stardom, they'll go ahead and they'll be like, well, maybe this is okay. And it's sad. It's sad.
What we got next?
Moving on to some good news. And switching gears, Rihanna, even though she's not giving us any music, she said, you know what you guys need? You need another hair care line. And that is what Rihanna, Miss Riri, is going to give us. Now, she announced today that her hair care line is going to drop on the 13th, and it's going to be called Fenty Hair. And she said that it's going to be—
What does Fenty mean?
That's her last name.
Oh.
And she said it's going to be a flexible line of hair products that are for all types. Now, I do have to give Rihanna her props because she was the one that kind of pushed the bar when it came to the makeup industry by having an all-inclusive line from the lightest to the darkest. And then that's what made all of these other makeup brands want to get on board because it's like, oh, well, we're missing out on money. We're not inclusive. And we realized that there's a whole demographic that we're not catering to. So kudos to her for that. And then I guess the next thing for her outside of dropping music is let me go ahead and drop a hair care line. So that is coming out on the 13th for all of you fans and for all of you hair care lovers who are like, I need a new product. So kudos to her. Moving on to Method Man. Mr. Method Man and Redman. Now, over the weekend, the two were asked and were, set to perform at Summer Jam. Well, things didn't go as planned for Meth, and he spoke out about it. And he, was very PC. He just said, you know what? I think this is going to be our last Summer Jam because I don't feel like this crowd. I feel like I'm too old for the crowd now. He's like, the vibes just weren't there. And, it wasn't a good mesh. And I'm paraphrasing, but it just wasn't a good mesh. And, you see the two of them, they're performing, their hits, but the crowd was just so disconnected. And like he said, I think it is because of the age gap. You have a group of people who are there to see Doja Cat. I don't think the audience that is there to see Doja Cat wants to see Method Man or Redman. That's two different spectrums there.
You know the lineup. Sit your old ass down. Redman and Method Man this past weekend or whenever this happened is the definition of sit your old ass down. Not old with a D, old with an E. Sit your old. They out there doing the Rockwell.
Yes.
Microphone check. Whatever.
I would have been happy.
Right, but you're 35.
Right, 36.
Six. So they're right. And these kids are numb. Like, so rap lyrics, they're like, they need to hear, oh, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
And if I was a bad bitch, I want to book me.
Right. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Get them sexy. Get them sexy. They up there giving real lyrics.
Right.
They just want to get them sexy. Get them sexy. Get them sexy. I can't stand these kids' music. I hate it. I'm that old guy that's saying, you rotten kids, I hate your music. I hate it. I hate it. And I hate old heads who like it.
Oh, well, you can like it if you're older,
Here's our problem.
Okay.
That then turns into the kids accepting it because they see mom dancing into it in the kitchen. And mom has the ability to go to work maybe and cut that filter off and not act like what is on these lyrics. And these kids don't have it. So like the problem is the music is raising the kids and not the parents. So maybe I can't stand the parents that allow this to happen, because then now you see those kids with those lyrics and that sound and that level of ignorance, bring it to places like school. And then now those kids get in trouble for acting out the lyrics that they hear. And then the parents co-sign it as if it's cool because y'all old asses dancing to it too.
Oh, that's ignorance. That's not just music. Because we've had our share of some ridiculous music that collectively we would listen to, but I think we turned out all right.
And I would get told multiple times, turn that shit off. Nobody want to hear that. Put some headphones on. It was not like all of it was accepted. Now, every now and again, there may be a jam or two, but for the most part, turn that shit off. This radio music is all turn that shit off.
All of it?
All of it. Turn that shit off. Like, come on, man. Like some of these rappers that are mainstream are just like gross. At the same time, you got Get 'Em Sexy, Get 'Em Sexy. You got a whole album by Rhapsody that's probably the exact opposite, that everybody's like, want to hear that shit.
Except if you're a resident of North Carolina.
And even them.
They support their own.
Kinda.
Okay.
Nobody is above Sexy and Meg right now. Nobody.
In her sold out arenas.
And all Meg is giving you is ass. And you can't get mad. She's selling what she got, right? But that damn Sexy, Red, trash. And so then now you take somebody like Redman who can still rap to this day and Method Man, who's the mayor nigga on the TV
he
shows.
is a lawyer.
Okay,
in
lawyer
power.
and power. They don't want to see him with that MHGHOD,
Somebody
man.
actually said, "Why is Tariq's lawyer up there?"
That's what I'm saying. Nobody want to see that. Sit y'all old ass down and go to the Roots picnic.
And
that's where
what
you should have
people were
went.
saying too. They were like, instead of them going to Summer Jam, they should have went to the Roots picnic because that's where the older crowd
Y'all
was that would have
are
appreciated
now
it.
Macy Day concert niggas.
Ooh, you tried it.
In essence.
Now wait a minute. No, wait a minute. They still got new and current people on Essence.
No, they not on me.
Not like Sexy Red.
I was saying
no.
you ain't gonna see no Sexy Red on main
No,
stage.
no.
On no,
Not yet. I mean, I don't know because they may book her. Who knows?
She's trash.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with
And
that.
the Suki, what is her?
Sukiana.
Oh man, she's even worse.
I don't think anybody takes her seriously.
She's even worse. So,
But
their music is trash.
Meth and Red, you guys, yes, you have definitely aged out of certain, concerts, certain
As soon as
festivals.
he seen Doja Cat, they should have said, "Nah, I'm cool."
you shouldn't have done it. And just be very mindful of where you are being booked because Method Man, he's booked and busy. I don't know what Red Man got going on, but
Red Man, I don't know either.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he got going on. I know he does a little bit of acting, but whatever. So yeah, be mindful of where you are, performing.
Red Man can't get acting jobs because he didn't take the COVID shot.
We're still doing that? They're still holding that against people?
Yeah. So like that's what Method Man was saying about him being on what was that Power?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, man, he couldn't stay on. He did a great job, but he wouldn't. They kept saying, I didn't get the poke. And everybody's like, what's the poke? He's like, COVID shot. And so Method was like, I can't hold it against him. And Redman was like, I shouldn't have to do that. Like, why do I got to get poked? I'm not doing it. So,
well, the show's coming to an end anyway. So, there's that.
All right.
Speaking of shows, we told you guys about the BET Awards that is set to air later on this month. Man. Yes. Ooh. And Taraji P. Henson.
Again?
Yes, she will be the host for the third time of the BET Awards.
Where is she?
She's right there in the middle.
Right
okay, there.
This is her?
Yeah, so she will be the host for the BET Awards.
She's a beautiful woman. I just hate. Maybe they grow like that. Because I'm like, why do they take them? Why is the arc so high?
It might be her natural brow.
Oh.
With that said, Usher is set to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award.
We just can't stop giving Usher awards, can we?
He is getting the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Is he?
Yes.
Usher?
He will be presented with that award at the BET Awards. So I'm here for it. Now, I don't know if I'll be watching, but I'm here for it.
I'm not going to watch it. And definitely not going to watch it because this is how many times they're going to let Taraji.
She's the host for the third time. Just like Trevor Noah was the host for the Oscars for a while.
Oh, okay.
So
sounds good.
If the people like them,
it's a check.
There.
Now she can stop crying. We don't get this.
Keep it going. You just keep it going. Keep it going. Speaking of shows, Miss Jennifer Lopez.
Oh man, and that was supposed to be better. Let's keep it going.
I don't know who J-Lo, Jenny from the block, is fooling, but if you have not heard, Jennifer is canceling her tour.
Good.
And she said that she's canceling her tour because she wants to focus on family. Now,
that's what you say when you don't have ticket sales.
Now, there are rumors that her and Ben may be splitting. However, she said that she wants to take the time and, make sure her kids are good and all of that. But when we take a deeper look into her concert and then to the various venues that she's performing, the issue is that the tickets are not selling.
Tickets ain't hitting.
They're not selling in the least bit.
So you better focus on your family. What else you gonna do?
So the best thing to do was to cancel it because you would be performing for empty arenas like Brian McKnight. And that's not a good thing to do because that's a lot of time and money spent into this tour. And people just aren't feeling J-Lo. She's getting dragged continuously on social media for being inauthentic, yes, and claiming to be something that she's not. People have called her out on multiple occasions for being a mean girl, for just not being very nice to the public, being stuck up and all of these things. And it has now caught up with her. And it's resonating through her tour and her ticket sales where people are just like, I'm not interested in seeing you. And you can't really compete with heavy hitters like Megan Thee Stallion and Missy and Taylor Swift and all these other people that are going on tour, they're not coming to see you, Otis. I apologize, baby, but no one wants to see J-Lo.
Why don't she just get in with one of them?
She could, but you know what? That's a whole diva thing of thinking like, okay, well, who's the star here? Because allegedly,
that's what happens when you don't have water. Why get one of them? Wow. See what I mean about clowning myself? I'm sure y'all who are watching was like, what the fuck did he say?
I heard you. I heard you.
Why does she not get in with someone else?
Because it may be that whole diva thing. Because I don't know if you remember when she performed at the Super Bowl where her and Shakira allegedly were bumping heads because she's
not a diva like that. Nobody cares.
You
are just one of the fly girls that made it. That's it. That's it. You are not anything more than that. I mean, it's the truth. Your ticket sales says it. Like,
it just, the timing wasn't good. It wasn't good. No one was checking
timing. It's over. The clock ran out. It's over. There ain't no timing for J-Lo. Who's going to see a J-Lo concert, especially at these ticket prices?
And then her movies aren't doing good. She spent millions on her last project, and
nobody's checking.
No one
for
wanted
her.
to see it.
You know how normal. You know what it is. Here's what it is. J-Lo and like people like Lisa and the Cult Jam and things like that. Like they gave us the view of like Puerto Rican and Hispanic, where it's like, oh, that's what's up. Then you had Cardi B, and Cardi B just pretty much took that whole audience from them, because not from Lisa and Nicole Jam, she's in the 80s, but from J-Lo, because even though Cardi has had work on her body, she's now like that. You get what I'm saying? Like J-Lo was to audiences like, you know, she shows up, she's from the Latin community, and she's like the show. And then here comes Cardi B. Now, whose music would you rather listen to?
I'm gonna listen to Cardi. I haven't listened to Janet. Go. I mean, not Janet. Jennifer in a minute.
And then when she shows up on the red carpet, and then you see somebody like Cardi B show up on the red carpet, that shock value that you gave us when you were with Puffy with the green dress, you're older now. So everybody's like, oh, that's just J-Lo. Mm-hmm. Where's Cardi? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it doesn't help that, like I said, a lot of people are saying that she's just not a nice person.
And you're just not what you used to be. Yeah. Let me see. Did we pull up a picture?
Yeah, you did. You pulled it up.
Did I?
Yeah, you pulled it up. Let's just where she was looking.
See what I'm saying? That is saying
crazy.
Yeah. Now, see. Now, whose ticket are you buying? Whose ticket are you buying? Hers or Cardi's? I'm buying Cardi's. I don't want to see that. Look how. Who's next?
Moving on.
I don't want to see that.
To Stephen A.
Oh boy.
Yes, Stephen A.
I don't know why Stephen A. hasn't done this.
I don't know why either.
Like, why keep your exposed forehead with hair around it? You always look crazy, and she made you look crazier. So let's roll with this story. Look at this.
So, Stephen A. was trending simply because the young lady that you see on your screen, Monica McNutt, she read Stephen for Filth and put him in his place and left him, for lack of a better word, speechless, you know, because
all you can say is, wow. Wow. That wow is the wow you give when you get caught cheating. You really went through my phone. Wow. Because you ain't got nothing else.
You can't say shit else.
Wow. This is, you know what? Hold on. I got to get this because this is a real. You really went through my phone. Wow. I can't believe it. Because then he's going to try to criticize how many shows she watched. That just means you missed a lot of my shows because, wow.
also, for people who don't know what happened, give them a brief synopsis
So Monica
of
killed.
how we got to that point.
Monica killed them. Basically, Monica was saying that Stephen A., you have not necessarily done your fair share of coverage of the WNBA.
Right.
And so Stephen A. is saying, well, no, that's not true. I'm one of the ones that's been holding it down. And in Stephen A.'s defense, just because you talk about it doesn't mean you gave it the platform it deserves.
Right.
You have not talked about WNBA the same way since Caitlyn has been involved, because you sure don't give Angela Reese the same love that you give Caitlyn. Angel. Everybody loves Caitlyn. All right. Now, Miss Monica said you could have been giving us this 3 years ago. You had the platform to give us this 3 years ago, Stephen A. And all he could say is, wow, really? And she said, yeah, I'm talking to you. Like, it got real black on First Take. I'm talking to you, Stephen A.
It did.
Hey, well, you must have missed a lot of episodes, and I didn't. Wow. Wow. If y'all don't believe me, go back and look. She embarrassed him. And Shannon was smart enough to shut up. All right, you know what? I'm out of this because I'm Shay Sharp.
And what else did Shannon do?
So then the two, Stephen A. went on his podcast later that night and continued to try to prove his point and drag her on like a 15 to 20 minute rant. Whereas Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco brought Monica on because they believed, and they did say on the show, this conversation requires more content that will not be interrupted by commercial and et cetera, et cetera. So they gave it a platform, and you know, they agreed in certain areas, they disagreed in certain areas, but the conversation was fluid. The conversation was professional and respectful. And then you had like Ocho as kind of like a mediator of just, you know, clarifying points. And Ocho did something that I think a lot of women would respect is Ocho gave her props about how she articulated her point, stood her ground, didn't waver, you know what I'm saying? And she did a dope job as a analyst and reporter, which is what people want to hear, right? So, but then Stephen A., you went over there with your forehead and dogged her out. With that guilty, wow, I can't believe you did that.
And you know, people only react in that way when they know that they're wrong. Wow. Because
wait, why do I got a lazy eye to the left? Whoa. Blink, collect that. This one was like, wow. No. Damn it, why is my body failing me? What the hell?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Whoa. Did you see it? Like, no. I don't know, maybe. Wow. Like, I don't know. This one was not.
Don't try to make it lazy.
This one was not on time. See, like, it's a certain point. See? This one is late to the party. What in the name of Bernie Mac is going to fuck on?
On your Forrest Whitaker.
Okay. Now, hold on. It didn't come. Look, it's not coming to the party. Like, what the hell is going on? It is over here.
Are you tired?
What if? Like, what is going? Is it the angle?
Oh God! I'm trying to make it better.
I'm trying to figure it out because there it is. See, it's not. What the? Oh man. I'm gonna call 1-800-CONTACTS. I gotta get my money back. This is crazy. I'm just looking at the camera. When I look at the camera, I can't see the screen. Am I like that?
Wait, what do you mean you can't see the screen?
So I'm looking at the camera.
Oh, you're looking at the camera. Okay.
But I can't see the screen. Now, when I look at the screen, see? What in the hell? What is that angle? Let's not do that angle. So when I go from here,
now you look like you're shocked.
Now from here to here. It's lazy.
That's why you need to wear glasses.
Oh man. That's what I get for talking about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about people, lazy eyes.
That's what you get for talking about J-Lo.
Right.
Hi, baby.
Hey,
How you
what's
doing?
going on?
All right. So our
right.
final story, because we need to move on to our messy letter. Our final story is Lenny Kravitz
Why
went
is he a
viral.
story?
Well, because he went viral.
Oh, because he's celibate.
Yeah, for
Smart
two reasons. For two reasons, you know, he was on Good Morning. No, I'm sorry. Whatever, CBS with Gail. And you know, she was interviewing him, and of course, the topic of him being in a relationship came up. So she went viral because she tried to make, you know, a very Gen Z joke, and it's like, okay, girl, whatever, you're too old for that. But then he also disclosed that he has been celibate for 9 years, you know, because she was saying, is there a special lady in your life and things like that? And he's like, no, you know, I really took this journey to work on myself, and you know, I was celibate, and it was probably something that really was beneficial to me. Now after that interview came out and it was trending and all things like that, Ice-T, right? That's Ice-T. Ice-T decided to give his 2 cents, as if we gave a damn, and went on this whole rant about how Lenny Kravitz is a weirdo. And then when people decided to check him on it, like, well, why would you feel the need to attack another man in his celibacy journey? Like, how is that affecting you? And he's like, well, because I like sex too much and I just think it's weird. Well, that's you. So take you and your wife that used to be a stripper and your elderly faced child and go sit down somewhere, because that was horrible to judge somebody on their journey. Like, do you find humor in a man that's coming to you saying, you know what, I just wanted to work on me, I've been celibate for a while?
So no, depending on if you like are into that power of releasing your sperm and semen and all that stuff. There's this dude that he's a personal trainer. I follow him on my personal Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
He says it like, yo, y'all got to stop that. One of the things that we need to do is hold on to our sperm and our ejaculation. Like and he said he takes at least like a year to 2 years break and then comes back, because like when he's working on his body for shows and things
Mm-hmm.
like that, he doesn't exert that. So there may be some truth to it. I don't know. And you know, if that's what Lenny, here's the other thing. Lenny is how old?
Oh, 56, I believe.
All right. So Lenny might not be working properly. Lenny has taken drugs, lots of drugs. Let's not act like him and Lisa Bonet wasn't on.
Out. He works out.
Lots of drugs, lots.
Let me see how old Lenny is.
And so, with that being said, Lenny has had its time. Bernie Mac.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's 60.
Yeah. Bernie Mac said in his stand-up at 40, I'm tired of coochie. I don't want to hear nothing about no coochie. It may get to that point when like you're just like, I've slept with everything you could possibly think about.
Say, this is Lenny Kravitz. He could have or has had any woman that he wanted.
I've slept with everything. I'm 62. I just want to be chill. So that means 60?
Yes.
So Lenny's saying he ain't had no bun since he was 51. I can see that.
Because I mean, he rose to stardom in his 20s. So
he's had cheeks, like of course. He has a daughter and everything. So, but then you might actually get tired of it. Because what else do you do? When you've had the best, then that's when y'all would be mad at him for going to go get some little young girl. And then it's like, Lenny, you're corny. You got this young chick. So Lenny just sat down like, well, fuck it. What else am I supposed to do?
And he's so unproblematic. You know, so to attack a man when that's their journey, that's their choice, I thought it was really classless. It's my guy.
I don't think Ice-T should say anything about anybody with little ice lit looking like him.
She looks crazy.
She looks like an animated cartoon. And
I don't like to talk about people's kids.
I was about to say, and I don't never really talk about nobody's kids, but little Ice lit looks just like Ice, and that's crazy. She looks like Ice now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like, oh, you're gonna grow up to look like. No, you look like Law and Order now. You look like Boys in New Jack City now. You look like all these little podcasts that he's on currently now. Little Icelet.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like, be easy. Be
chill
easy.
out. Because Little Icelet is crazy. I don't even know. That's not her name, but
I don't know what her name is.
she looks wild. She looks like him right now. She got Morgan Freeman face. You know how they did the time? Did you see the reel where they went overtime with Morgan Freeman and this nigga always looked old? Damn. And I better stop for my other eye get lazy and they split. And then now I'm looking real wild because for whatever reason, when I go from here to here, look at that. What the hell? From here to here, I got some shit going on with me. I don't know. It's normal there, but right about what the heck?
Really?
You gotta laugh to keep from crying. You gotta laugh at yourself, man. You promise you do. Because I've seen people with that eye. You be like, oh man, is that me? And it's just slowly like, ooh. And now it's me. So whatever this view is, I'm cool. But then when I go to this one,
we in trouble.
I know what my daughter said before we go into the messy letter. So I shaved my head. As you guys can see, Coach Block's clean. If I was on the brick wall over there, I would look like the brick wall, right? She said, ooh, daddy, look at your bald head. You look just like a potato. Potato.
And dude.
Now, I didn't know what to say because she can't understand me firing back. And she's right. So you just got to sit there with that, take that dad face like, well, baby, what do you got to do for the rest of the day? While her mother,
what's the dad face?
You thought you was cool. You thought you was cool. And then your kid calls you a potato. You thought you was coming out clean, head shiny. Like, look. She's like, oh, daddy, look at your hair. You look like a potato. Now my eye's lazy. Now I got a lazy eye potato. It's Tuesday, guys. We got a long week. That was my kid. I'm gonna start recording some of the things that she tells me because it'd be wild, man. Daddy, please put a shirt on. Your stomach, it's big. What the? Then she'll come and then she'll come pat it like, what do you say? All you do is
the dad face.
Please put a shirt on. She's like, daddy, please, put a shirt on. Stomach, it's big.
Tap, tap, tap.
Okay. We have a messy letter.
Nigga said I used to be cool.
Yeah, man, I used to be the guy. Like, come on, man. Now I got dad bod crazy. I'm so glad this shirt is black, covering up some of the angles. Because then now imagine being this with this eye, potato head, and then everything that's happening with this weight loss thing. But by the end of the summer, I'll tell you, it's gonna get tightened up. I ain't got no choice. You can't walk around like this. Like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello.
Hello. Let's go.
Yes.
Time
for the messy letter.
Potato head.
All right. So this letter, it's pretty long, so stick with me, okay? It says, my fiance's sister is getting married. I was invited to her bachelorette party. I'm having second thoughts about joining this family, and I want to know if my reactions are justified or if I'm overreacting. Many things happened that showed that this family is dysfunctional, like their need to be in control all the time. But what broke the straw off the camel's back, for me, is their view on family. It all started when we were playing a game called Your Dream Man. Question was, if you could sleep with anyone without getting caught, or thought you could get away with it, who would it be? Mine was Morris Chestnut or Shamar Moore. Friends and in-laws mentioned names like Denzel, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Taye Diggs, etc. When it came to immediate family members, they were mentioning non-famous people. We, of course, were curious and asked who they were. We heard things like my husband's nephew, he looks like he has a big dick, my stepsister, my aunt's husband, my husband's brother, my boss, which wasn't that bad. And the worst was the bride's answer. Not only does she want to sleep with her husband's biological father, but she tried seducing him several times. He keeps rejecting her. She sounded really disappointed that he wouldn't sleep with her. Apparently, he and his son had a falling out and they're getting along now. And he didn't want to jeopardize that. Worse, none of the immediate family looked fazed. She said, my thing is, I grew up in a Christian family. We consider every person we married into family. We don't even try getting in. We don't even try getting with our cousins or any other relative our relative might be related to by marriage, let alone blood. The fact that those people think that they can sleep with their significant others relatives because they aren't related to them directly is a major red flag for me. Would I be wrong to call off the engagement and get as far away from these heathens as possible? I'm afraid my husband may try sleeping with my sister or nieces. I'm very close to them. They always visit me and sleep on my bed with or without me. I don't know if I can trust him or not to make a move on them during their visit. He is part of that bloodline after all.
Did he say he was going to do that?
He did not.
Then, here we go.
He did not.
Wow.
That man is an innocent bystander and got through into
now
this shit.
You come home and then I get in trouble because my family is acting crazy.
His sister.
Mm-hmm. My sister just might be into that life. But what that got to do with me? That's crazy.
Yes.
Because I can tell you from having two siblings here that are nowhere near close as far as their behaviors. That's not fair.
Who?
The two siblings that are sitting.
Okay. Who?
Now people ain't gonna believe we're really siblings anymore. Them niggas was lying the whole time.
Fucking liars, phonies. I'm sorry, you were saying.
I was just saying you can't do that because as two siblings sitting up here as a pair of siblings,
yes,
we share same like laughters and humors, but we are very different.
Mm-hmm.
She pays her bills on time. I need help. I'll make a payment arrangement. She won't. So is it? She pays her bills on time. I do not. So with that being said, it's not fair to judge that man. You wrote that whole letter about all them people in that family and all that, sister stuff. But it's not fair to judge him because they could be completely different. The sister might be a little raunchy, but
exactly.
The brother might be like, nah, that's my sister. She be wilding.
And then the thing is, for you to say, I don't know if I want to marry into this family based off of that conversation. Like you said, the conversation was a little off the wall, because when we're sitting here talking about, I want to sleep with my husband's father. Whoa. But what does that have to do with you and your husband?
Hey, man, I'm trying to tell the truth, y'all. Y'all think I ain't telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. She pays her, when I tell you she pays her bills on time.
And ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Ahead of time is wild. Ahead of time is lazy eye. Ahead of time to me is this.
What do you mean it's wild?
Wild. What? That's like turning in homework before the teacher asks for it. Like, what? That's her.
It is, because I would.
Yeah. She studied. I did not. Same bloodline, same parents.
Well, you're athletic and I'm not.
True.
You know?
Because those hoop days were shaky.
Not athletic in the least bit.
Oh, you like that too? You can't be late with it. See, I am trifling. I need help. My bills.
They have to get paid.
You're right. But I also need things. So
Get it after you spend.
Ain't enough to go around.
Well, we got to start decreasing some debt here.
I'm a minimalist now. I am a person who knows their flaws. And as siblings, we both know our flaws. So in this letter, that would be wrong to charge this man with his sister's sins. Like, that's not right.
And their family. So, right. You're talking about the cousins, you're talking about the aunts and all stuff like that. And then obviously they were playing this game thinking that it was a safe space. And then here you go being that person repeating what is said. Because even if this woman did say something like, oh, well, I tried to seduce him. If that was her thing, that's her thing. That has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. So why even bring that into your household?
She is putting her doubts into that conversation. Don't cast your self-doubt on the sister. Pretty much like, oh, I'm going to end this. Should I end this engagement?
And he could be a very good guy. So then you leave a good guy based off of what his sister and family is doing.
Right. He might pay his bills on time. He might not just buy video games and be like, man, put that on a payment plan. I'll put something on it.
Hate payment plans.
I'll put something on it. Two different people. Time. She's
absolutely.
I'm like, we'll get there. Not her.
Emotions. I have none. He does.
I have them all. I'll cry today on the way home. Don't even know why.
I'm like, sorrow, prayers.
I'm over here like, my eye is lazy. What is I'm gonna do? How do I fix it? That's crazy. I'm sorry I keep harping on that because my father had this eye. And I used to be like, are you serious?
My eye too.
But what's crazy is I don't see any different, but that is clearly lazy. Shit. Remember, you're 43. It's 43. You're getting older. Things are going to happen. That means my shit, when I get old, is going to be over here like Biggie Smalls. See what I'm saying? And hers aren't. See?
No. When I take my glasses off, that left eye.
Oh, well, then that's a similarity.
It's a little timid.
What else is the difference?
I don't have any kids. He does.
I have a lot. Would it be wrong to judge her by my parenting? She doesn't have kids.
And then you think about it this way. Like, even when you think about your relationship with Chiquita, if you heard something like that amongst her family and vice versa, if she heard something like that amongst your family, is that fair to judge either one of them based off of your family? Like you said, they're individual people. They have their own personalities, their own mind, their own lifestyle. So to take that and then come back home to your fiance and potentially ruin a good thing, that is ridiculous. Just because you're like, oh, I'm a Christian. Well, girl, there's a lot of Christians on this earth. Like, what does it matter? Because
Chiquita is day and night from like her brother. She's not the same as her brother.
Right.
Those two are completely different people. And that's what is supposed to happen. Like, what? Like, you heard her sister say something crazy. Now you like, what? And I promise you, share it with him. He might be like, I'm telling you, she wilds out. Like, but don't, should I end this engagement? Okay, come on out here to these lonely streets. See what they got for you. You think that that's the only problem you have.
You don't want to be out here, sis.
You're going to have some more problems. You're going to be out here with niggas that do this. Wow. Wow. I can't believe this. Wow.
Being interrogated and yelled at and,
Wow.
and all that and in between. Yeah, don't do it.
So don't
sis.
do it. Don't
No.
do it. Don't do it. Don't put yourself in that type of situation.
And it's unnecessary.
Completely.
And then my thing is too, let's not act like you didn't notice some of these things prior to. Like it didn't take the bachelorette party for you to realize like his family may be a little
Loose.
little out there. But don't sit here and be like, oh well, I can't believe it. You've seen some signs. People just don't do these things overnight.
Correct.
It doesn't just happen.
Correct.
So girl, sit down. And don't make somebody else's business your business, because that's what it sounds like. That ain't none of your business. Whatever happens over there with her and her friends, family, sister, aunt, stuff like that, that has nothing to do with your household. Keep your household intact. Keep your relationship between you and your husband and allow them to do them.
Tend to your business. Tend to the business that is your own. And that's all I can say. And then know that people are different, man. Some people would have not even participated in that game.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I don't think I would have. That's stupid.
Well, we already know who your person is.
Do we?
Jill Scott.
She's not first.
What? Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, she's first.
Over Jill Scott?
Yeah.
Really?
Sanaa Lathan, Jill Scott, Regina Hall. That's all I
I
need.
definitely thought Jill Scott would be
One of those three. That's it. Either one. Maybe they're all A. There is no B. I'm trying to tell you, those are beautiful women. And they're all different.
They are, very much so.
Ah, man. I don't know how we got there.
Because you were saying you wouldn't play the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I played the game, and we all know my woman all of a sudden is Russell Wilson. I don't know where that came from.
Shut up.
Russell Wilson. Corny ass Russell. But I'll take corny ass Russell, because if she said Future, I'd be like, oh shit, lazy eye. God damn. Future.
And that's the other thing. It's just a game. However, I think what bothered her was when she heard them say that they're family.
People joke. I have joked 111 times with Chiquita about you act stupid and I'm gonna go be with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it 1,051 times, and she has said, from what you tell me about your dad, he would be my boyfriend. What? What? So
he didn't like him yellow though, girl.
he didn't.
Mm-mm.
No,
Sorry.
no,
Mm-mm.
and he like him juicy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's still like
It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? What does that say?
They glide.
They glide. They glide. I know a person. Cannot say who. I just know a person who doesn't walk. They glide.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they don't even have feet. Crazy work. I've never seen a person so peaceful. And so when you're explaining the story, you're just like, you would have to see it to be like, this person moves like a ghost. They're just like, and it intrigues you because how do your knees not, are they just straight and how do you manage that? What type of angelic stride do you have?
It's called not having a man. Ba-doom bink.
What? I mean, I'm just saying her walk is just like, she glides. And that's crazy. I understand it.
And like I said, everyone has their crush, and like you said, it's jokes. We've all had jokes. I know I've joked with some of my exes in the past about their brothers or dads or whatever. Like, oh, daddy, your brother's fine. But let's not take it
like my
seriously.
ex-wife. I used to tell her, I wasn't supposed to be with you. I wanted your the middle sister.
Yes.
Shut up.
But you meant that.
Then I'm on the other side like,
You actually meant that though.
I don't know how that happened. The middle sister dissed me because she said the older sister liked me. So that was their thing. I'm like, but just my imagination.
Really?
No. I honestly wish this is Men's Mental Health Month, and I'm going to
Yes.
say this. I honestly wish my ex and I were friends. You know why? Because there's not too many people. There's very few people that can throw shots back at me that cause me to be like, and she was always good for one or two that caused me to be like, ooh. You can do it. Lena can do it. Chiquita does it, but she holds them back because she thinks it's going to hurt my feelings, and it's not. Because she'd be like, oh, and then she'll just hold it. I'm like, say it. And then she's like, nah, because she thinks it's going to hurt my feelings, but it really won't. But there's a few people that throw zingers back that cut, but she was always good for one. I'd be like, what? Who you talking to? Can't say nothing back. Who you talking to?
The wow.
Yeah. What? Wow. I can't believe you said that. Wow. I don't know why he thought it. What are we doing?
I don't know. It's DDS. What are we doing?
We got comments. What's this?
Yeah, because if the chick I'm dating mama find, I'm gonna let her know.
Right. It's fun. And then, like I said, it also is one of those things where like you be like, man, you grew up to look like that. We good.
I will never forget. One of my friends, I told him that. I said, typically, if you want to know how a woman is going to age, look at her mother. And he was like, oh no.
Why?
Because he said his girl's mother was hideous. He was
like,
that shit.
That's. But then mom might have had a stressful life.
That is true.
Which is not fair.
That is true.
Which is not fair.
That's true. That is true.
I'm in good hands though.
But I do think, there's nothing wrong with complimenting someone's, family member. Like if they're attractive, it's like, okay, yeah.
So what was her final question?
She said, well, her final question was, hold on. I think she was wanting to know if she should break off the engagement.
Oh,
she said, would I be wrong to call off the engagement and get as far away from these heathens as possible? Because remember, she grew up in a Christian family.
Oh man, don't try to throw Jesus in this. Jesus ain't got nothing to do with that.
No.
The answer is you better not. You better not, because you got a good guy, you got engaged and everything like that. And, we all know that there are some family members where you be like, man, that ain't even my family members. When they get in public and they start drinking and acting a fool, stop it. Allow people to have fun.
Right.
Allow people to have fun. And if it bothers you that much, like I said, go home and talk to your person about it. Like, yo, what's up with this? And he's going to tell you, like, yo, my sister be wilding sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That's just how she is.
Man, I can't tell people's business, but that I got a friend like that who will say it. Like, yo, my sister be wilding sometimes.
Do I know this person?
You do. Can't say it. Won't say it.
Don't do that.
But,
yeah.
So,
yeah. So, ma'am, stay in your lane. Stay in your relationship because it has nothing to do with what happened at this bachelorette party. And we all know sometimes at bachelorette parties, conversations and things happen, because it's people's last hurrah. So for you to be the party pooper and take things a little bit too seriously, stop.
And think about your family, because I don't want to hear that Christian stuff, because somebody was anti-Christian in your family. And then now you want everybody to judge that person who was anti-Christian based upon their words and then cast that whole veil upon you. Oh, well, you know her aunt. We done seen her in the club 11 times. And then now he come home like, you gonna be in the club like your aunt? You know how crazy that sounds.
Right. Your cousin Earl smokes crack.
Yeah.
You smoking crack?
Now we done seen Boudreaux down there buying crack. You must go and smoke crack too. Right, that's your family. Like, that's ridiculous. Don't do that to them.
No,
don't do that to that man.
Don't do that. And like I said, then he's catching strays and he had nothing to do with this event, nothing to do with this party. Okay. And then now you got an attitude. So girl, go sit down.
All the way. Have several seats.
Let's not do that. Okay. Let's not do that. So yeah.
That didn't take very long.
It did not. I have another one.
That didn't take long. You know what it is? Even because I had a rant about my eye. We are fluid with this now.
Yeah.
So our timing, I'm like, so how you guys? Because we went through all the stories.
We did. We got through everything.
Hey, hey, and we started late.
Yeah, that we did. Because of that. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, hello.
Sorry,
darling.
Instagram. We didn't forget about you. It's just they don't show up.
No, sorry. Yikes.
Okay, so
Yikes.
well, I guess
I got interrogated again.
what did you get interrogated about? Let's talk about that. There we go.
I don't know, and I'm glad that it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Right?
Why are you glad about it?
Because
people don't even know.
No, they don't, and that's the sad part because pride is overriding everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't start. So anyway,
here's what I was thinking, and this is not against pride, but which one was first? Which celebratory month or celebratory moment was first?
I don't know.
Because it's Father's Day this month too. And they just boot us to the side for pride. Everybody, fuck them. Poof. You be like, it's men's mental health month. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with pride. I'm just saying that. Right. Why can't we have a month? Like, what? Ken rant. So I had a rant about my eye. You ain't hear it, cuz?
And then earlier. And well, she said that she was fixing her brakes earlier.
Oh.
For the rant.
Yeah. Well, you had one, which I'm proud of you. You finally let it out. You didn't,
not the whole thing.
It was in your way, but once again, difference. And I'll get on here and say, and that one, shut up, don't say his name.
Because it'll be my luck. That video is found. Next thing you know, I'm fired. Like, this is expensive. We need monies.
Yeah, we do.
But as I was saying, I am glad that it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I just wish that more people were aware of the awareness. Because like I said, being out here in these dating streets, it is strange.
So what was the interrogation about?
So I came across a guy who was 38, I believe, lives in Maryland, which I'm like, okay, I don't have a problem with distance. Totally fine with it. I'm on the move anyway.
Okay.
And, one of the biggest things that bothers me when it comes to dating is when people are in such a rush to get your number. And it's like, well, why? First of all, I don't even know if I'm going to like you. So let's just have a little bit of banter back and forth before we decide to do that, So then I was like, well, we had some back and forth. And I was like, well, I'll give you my Google number. And he's like, well, oh, you going to give me the Google number? What's the difference? You're still going to get in contact with me anyway. I don't know if I want you to have my real number just yet because I don't know you.
The Google number?
Yes. And
how do you know the difference?
Because when you hear the voicemail, you can tell that it's a Google number.
That's why I don't need to be in the game. Because I would be getting Google numbers like, Eureka. I'm like, nigga, he just played you. Oh.
But I mean, I'm still going to answer it, and what they say from a lot of the matchmakers that I follow is that it's beneficial to have a Google number because it's safer that way.
Of course, understandable.
So, that was one of the things I was like, okay, but he had an issue with that. And I'm like, well, what does it matter? You're going to get in touch with me anyway. But then like some of his questions started turning into like the last guy about like, well, what would your ex say was the reason for why you guys broke up? And what did he, if he had anything to say, what would be the biggest challenge of dealing with you? And I'm like, wait, what the hell? What is it? First, what does that even mean? Like, why is that a question? What are you trying to get at? So then
he's trying to find out why you're single.
So then just ask me.
People get offended.
And if they get offended, that's on them. That's not on you. But just ask the question. Don't try to go around the mulberry bush to try to figure it out. I told you I've been single for 4 years now. But if you would have asked me, well, why are you single? I would have given you a long list as to why I am single, because there was a lot of events that happened to where my focus wasn't on dating. Now, if that's a problem, I don't, like I told the last guy, I don't know what to tell you. But if you're actively in this game trying to find somebody, trying to find their flaws is not working for you. Because what did I do? I deleted the conversation. I'm no longer interested in you. I don't want to be interrogated because I'm not interrogating you. Let's just have a conversation.
People don't know how to have conversations.
And it's sad.
Because everything is by text message. So to actually talk is like, words? Me no not have words. Me no not what say. LOL emoji face? You like, nigga, you were talking to me.
It's the strangest thing. And I don't get it, where it's so hard just to have just simple conversation.
But
Just
people
talk
don't
to
know
me.
what to talk about.
And that's sad.
Like, I'm being honest. Like, people don't know what to talk about and then how to hold the conversation.
And that is so sad.
It's because of technology.
Again, that is so sad. Because, okay, let's even talk about that. Like, my thing is, I'm always going to ask, what are your interests? You know, what are some of the movies that you watch? What's on your playlist?
Me like TV.
So what shows do you like?
Titties. I'm just saying, man. Like, I'm not saying you're asking for too much. I'm just saying, like, people want to speed past that stuff. And I'm not saying that you should. I'm saying that people want to speed past that stuff because somebody else will. You see what I'm saying? So then when I find you and it's like, so let's have a conversation. And you're like, okay. Or he's like, okay, well, what would you like to talk about? You're like, well, you know, I like these things. Oh, man.
And that's the thing. He was talking about how he likes to travel. So I'm saying, like, okay, so tell me, how was it when you went to these places? You're saying that
What
you went to
places did he
Ireland.
go?
You're saying, well, I mean, in his pictures, he did have some pictures of him, you know, traveling overseas. So
Okay.
you're saying that you went to Ireland.
All
You say
right.
that you want to go to the, you know, Maldives and all things like that. So let's talk about that. What was it about Ireland? Why did you go there? What did you enjoy? How was the food? What was the people like? What was the culture? What is something like? This is a whole conversation in itself. And you immediately skip past all of that and you want to know why I'm single. Well, nigga, now you piss me off. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's just the way of the world. It sucks.
It's crazy.
There is no such thing as a conversation.
And it is insane. Out of all the guys that have matched with me, well, not even matched, that liked me and, you know, claimed that they want to get to know me, there is one guy, one, where I have been having a steady back and forth with. And if you've seen the multiple guys that are in my inbox or that are showing interest, it's insane. One. Then you have the guys that don't have any sort of punctuation, grammar, you know, who talk like fucking cavemen. Where you live? Well, if you look at my profile, it states everything.
Is that not? Uh-oh. Where you live? That's a problem?
The actual letter U?
Oh, where you live?
Yes. And then it's also stated on my profile. So it goes to show that you didn't even bother reading anything that I put in there. So, nope, we're going to push you off to the side.
I wish I had some real good advice. And I don't. Because I see the children. And I see the children are attached to certain parents. And I see these parents, and these parents don't articulate themselves well. So, I don't know what to say.
It's sad.
I mean, yeah. If I don't get in a book, I'm gonna sound like them too. Me no reading. I ain't know what. You like what? Is that? Just text, bruh. And that's why they call everybody bruh and bro and all. It's sad. I hate to say it, but it's just like so many people don't talk. They just jump straight to sleeping with each other. And
insane. Like that. And that's crazy too, because people act like,
we got a comment.
You know, antibiotic resistant STDs don't exist. I learned today that loyalty amongst some coworkers could cause our mental health to have a lapse. Therapy down the drain. Yikes.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yikes. Yeah, I don't know what to say because females are horrible too. I have heard that.
That's what I'm saying. People don't know how to communicate. It's
Yes.
a people thing.
Yes. I've heard that from our sexy educator, Kia. Like the stories that she has told me about the dates that she has gone on are literally identical to what I've experienced. And it is sane. So it's not a male or it's not a man or woman thing. This is just like you said, a people thing where people literally don't know how to talk. They don't know how to carry conversation. They're quick to anger. And it's like their expectations are just out of this world, or they're wanting so much and you are giving absolutely nothing in return. Like, what? It's crazy. Just have simple conversation. What do you do in your day-to-day life? What do you enjoy doing? Like I said, what's the last book you read? What is the show that you're into? Why are you into the show? Tell me about it. What's the last concert you went to? Do you attend concerts?
An answer for any of those. Give me that list again.
What's the last book you read? What is the current show that you're watching? Why do you like that show?
Ouch.
Do you attend concerts?
Okay, I would say yes.
Okay. What was the last concert you went to?
It's been a while. The last concert.
You went to Tony.
Yeah, my memory is trash.
You need somebody on the sideline now.
I am Ken Rant. I am scared of that because my memory goes so quickly. I'll be like, what the? I'll open up my phone and be like, I don't even remember what I was about to scroll for. Please don't have me as one of those people walking down the street and don't know what's going on with Nike flip-flops on, looking crazy. I promise, don't do that to me. I've seen it done to so many people. It is not, and don't put me in no facility.
Because I don't want no hot dog.
Yeah, don't put me in no damn facility. Don't know why that came up, but it's a fear because your memory. So
yes.
What were we talking about?
So,
what'd you say?
Just basic conversation.
Tony.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to see Tony. Now, what if that was his response?
So tell me about the concert.
Oh, shit. Okay, so it was a good concert. He sounds just the same. He sounds just as good as he did the day that, he came out.
Awesome. So who are some of the people on your playlist that you enjoy listening to? Like, who's one person that you're like, I got to listen to them back to
Hey,
back?
man, this ain't TDS radio. Swipe.
Or ask me questions. But don't interrogate me where it's just like you're trying to figure out what's wrong with me.
He was. In his way, he was.
No, it was no.
What I'm saying is like, but that's like this default. That's the word I'm looking for. That's default questions that these guys go through to try to figure out whether or not they should continue to have a conversation with you, which is terrible because you're not getting married to anybody who's on this thing. No,
and guess what? I already helped you out. We're not having any conversation. Now I didn't swipe left on you. Because that's crazy. We were talking about traveling and you literally went to, well, tell me what challenges your ex had with you. Nigga, I don't know. This nigga's still in my inbox saying he wants to be with me. So obviously none. The fuck? Now, how would you like that answer?
Me?
Yeah.
I can't take nothing like that. I'm like, what the hell? Swipe.
That's what I'm saying. So when
nobody talk that. What?
When guys ask questions like that, like if I were to give you like the raw answer of like,
but these guys like that Cardi B get them red stuff. They like that. They do. I promise you they do. I don't hear no dude like, I just want a nice woman to have a good conversation with. I don't hear that.
No, I don't.
I ain't heard that.
You have to be dysfunctional. You have to be mean. You have to be loud. You have to be obnoxious. And I'm not any of those things. I am quiet. I'm an introvert and I enjoy my alone time. And I'm peaceful.
Wow. Wow. That's sad. It's sad. I'm sorry.
It is what it is, my guy. I promise you, I don't have any hard feelings. I just realized that I'm not entertaining people like that anymore. Mm-hmm. The old me would have continued on and baited and been like, okay, well, once again, what are you trying to get to? I don't have time for that. Yes, Ratchet. I don't.
What was that?
I'm glad I'm not trying to date because I love a great conversation, debate, or good. That's what I'm saying. I love good conversation. So guys like loud, uneducated, and ghetto women. Ooh, I can't stand.
Well, it's not that we like them. It's just that they don't require much. So like when you're like, tell me about, oh no, that requires me to to go into feelings. So what was the last time? Oh, I gotta think.
Yes.
Well,
Because these are the same niggas that will be hooting and hollering on podcasts talking about nobody listens to us, nobody talks to us. Okay, so I'm here now. I want to listen to you. I want to hear you. Let's talk.
no. Dead air. No, I don't want to talk. And it's sad, but it's true. I don't know I honestly don't know what to tell people who do what you guys and like Jazz is saying. Like, I don't know where you find those people anymore. And if you do find those people, they're usually attached to someone else.
Yes. I have hit it off very well with people, unfortunately, who are in relationships.
And that's where it's like, oh man. Because, okay, here's my logic, and then we can get out of here. There wasn't enough of our parents to install some of these coping skills in us. Drugs played a part. And that's not me being funny. There was a lot of people on drugs.
Yes.
A lot of people died. A lot of people got strung out. A lot of people left kids behind and didn't give them the coping skills. We are the babies of that. You know what I'm saying? So like all that 80s and all that stuff, when people was getting it in with, you know, the crack and heroin and all that stuff, you know, now some of us are left with the kids who are now adults from that situation. Mm-hmm. So then you should just start firing off. Did your mom do crack? Because then if so, we don't need to talk anymore because you're going to talk crazy. Because my mom didn't do crack. And then see where it goes. Like it might catch people. What? Well, I have a theory. Would you like to hear it? Yeah. I feel like the only people left are crack babies and heroin babies. Did your dad shoot drugs and try to be a pimp in the early 70s and 80s?
That is horrible.
And I talk to him crazy. And why would you say that? Well, because here's the problem. People can't have conversations. So if you can't have a conversation, I'm going to assume that at some point, somebody in your family, mom or dad, did heavy drugs. What was your GPA in school?
That's, yeah.
Did you read in school or did you get Cliff Notes? Remember the yellow and black Jones?
Were you the person that was afraid during popcorn?
Yeah. Did you count the paragraphs when it was time to read in the class, to practice the reading to make sure you didn't sound stupid when it was your turn? Ask these questions. Ask crazy ass questions to these dudes and watch what happens. When we went to gym, were you the one whose underarms was stinking because your mom didn't have deodorant? Because we all know the kid who was stinking because his mom didn't have money for deodorant because she chose crack. Can you tell me your cereals that were in your cabinet when you were little?
Now, wait a minute. I like Kicks.
That lets me know the level of poverty you were at.
I enjoyed Kicks.
And we were in a level of poverty.
I will fuck up some Kicks to this day. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen an egg that was like brown or only white eggs? Like, what you mean a brown egg? Exactly. What do I mean a brown egg? Go to the grocery store. The real eggs are actually brown. The processed bullshit white ones. Did you know that, buddy? Like, you gotta ask some of these questions. Let's just, if we're gonna do it, then let's just be dumb.
That takes so much energy.
And it doesn't. It would be entertaining to me. That's where it would be. It would be entertaining to me. I would be like, "Did you see the latest Sheen ad?" What exactly? What? Did you like it? What does that have to do with anything? I'm just making sure because I want to have real conversation, and I meet people that don't want to have conversations. So I'll just ask you things. Have you ever heard of Roy G. Biv? What's that? No, damn it.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
Oh, no. But the sad thing is some of these guys they have really good jobs. So I'm like, What's the disconnect? Do you not have friends? Like,
There-
who do
there's
you
a-
talk to?
There's a question. Do you have any friends? I don't trust nobody.
Well, no, I do ask that. Like, I will ask guys if they have friends, like who's your community, who holds you accountable, things like that. And most of the time they'll say they have friends, but yeah.
I'm in an age where I love my peace. Yes.
Yeah.
And born in the 80s, crack babies all day, yo. All day.
Hi,
Bean. And
See, Kick cereal was the shit. I don't care what you say. My almond milk, because give me some almond
but
milk.
that does not dismiss the fact that you lived in a level of poverty to have it.
Well, Deborah didn't make it seem like it was poverty, because I thought we had money until she cussed me out. We ain't got no fucking money.
When you seen them kicks, you knew what it was. At least I did.
You did. I did not.
I'm like, man, damn, we ain't got no lucky charm. You're lucky this. This is your lucky. Damn.
You lucky to be eaten.
You lucky to be eaten. That's your charm. Oh, shit. You over there. Great Saturday morning. I'm like, man, this is another poor morning. Shit.
As long as I had my cartoons and cereal, I was okay. Yay.
Tell me how you make your grilled cheese.
I don't like grilled cheese.
What do you like that's a simple meal that would cause somebody to be like, huh?
Simple meal for me. Pancakes.
How do you make your pancakes? Now, most men are probably going to say, I don't make pancakes.
Why not?
There you go. Now you have a question. There's a conversation. Because not too many men, I've never really seen a lot of men make pancakes who weren't like specifically like chefs.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't even know if any of my friends have. GK is the only one I could say I've seen make a pancake.
Really? So
That's
you
it.
don't make pancakes?
I do, but I don't make them like how other people like them.
Like the crispy edges?
Yeah. Like I just be like flip flap on the bread. I mean on the thingy.
No love.
It's not one of those things that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make me some pancakes. I'll make a mean waffle.
There we go. Yeah, waffles.
Yeah, but see how the conversation goes? So that's why you gotta ask stupid questions, because you're like asking intellectual questions that require men to engage themselves deeper. You just gotta say, like, what color crayon do you like?
This is ridiculous. So I have to dumb myself down in order to get conversation.
No, because it'll come up. It's just they're not on that wavelength initially. So you got to say, like, what color in the crayon box did you like when you were little?
It's crazy.
And then he'll say, I like blue. Well, why did you like blue? What did blue pull out of you? I don't know.
So that requires less thought than asking about a book or a concert or a playlist.
Because you're coming in hot. I said start low. Rise up. We'll get there. But you're coming in way too hot.
Well, no, I don't start there. It's the usual. How's your weekend? What'd you get into? Things like that. And then depending on the conversation, then that's when I'll kind of gauge and be like, okay, so tell me what it is that you like to do. And then based off of what they say they like to do, that's where my questions go. Yes.
Book sense 100, common sense 0.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
How do you make
Yes, girl. Mm-hmm. Thank you, girl. No, we're not talking about crayons. And that might come up at some point, like while we're laughing and joking, but it's like,
what was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon?
Yeah, I'll ask stuff like that.
And why? And then now that's when you go, oh no. Boxers or briefs?
What's the difference?
Boxers? Briefs are like WWF draws. Like,
are they not comfortable?
Hell no. You need them for certain things like sporting events or something like that. But most men are going to prefer boxer briefs.
Wait, so that's a thing? Boxer briefs are a thing?
So boxers are when you see men on the commercials and it looks like they have like cut off shorts.
Right.
Then boxer briefs are the ones that are like biker shorts.
Ah, okay. Oh, I thought they were just, biker shorts.
Yeah. See, there's a conversation from boxers or briefs. You come in way too deep. You're like, so look, in Shakespeare's sonnet, What did you think of the third stanza?
I promise you, I'm not.
And niggas be like, Shakespeare? And you're like, oh man, no conversation with that? Swipe, dumbass. It's like,
I promise you, I'm not coming in that hot. I promise you. I
nigga
promise.
said, so tell me, does your car take 87 or 93? 87. So what's the burn on that? I don't know. I just drive the car. Swipe, dumbass nigga.
Shut up. I promise you, I'm not coming in hot like that. I promise you. It is very basic conversation. And if you can't handle basic conversation about telling me about your hobbies, likes, and interests, then we're already doomed.
What's your favorite recipe? I don't know. Swipe, dumbass nigga. What you mean you don't have a favorite recipe? I don't know.
I did have a guy swipe on me once he found out what I did.
Marketing director?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's wrong with a marketing director?
Mm-hmm. Ask him.
I can't be in these streets.
Ask that nigga. He swiped left on me once. He was like, so what do you do? I'm a marketing director. Then he disappeared.
Bad experience. That's me. Zeta Phi Beta swipe. Throw the whole phone. Pow. Whew. Are you Greek? Yeah. What? Zeta Phi Beta. Get the fuck away from me. Zeta 1.
It's time to go. Thank you guys for joining us in this foolishness. Tomorrow, our good sis on TV will be in the building for Healing Wednesdays. So I will have to figure out what it is we're going to talk about. She of course wants to answer some questions, but I think since it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, we need to target and push the conversation more towards that way.
I agree. Where's the best spicy chicken sandwich? Ask a Negro that. He'll know that. Let me take you out on a date or get your date. I'll take you out on a date. Best place, I promise you. Where do you get the best spicy chicken sandwich that's not?
Forget when a guy, and this is when I first moved here, he took me out on a date to Golden Corral. I was appalled. I tell you.
Difference in siblings. I would have been like, no, that's thoughtful. You're gonna make sure I eat and I'm full.
Loosely not.
I love Golden Corral.
Look like I eat Golden Corral?
I do. Give me that Bourbon Street chicken with that rice. Let's go with the fries.
No, absolutely not. I was appalled.
Did you tell him that?
Yes. Do not bring me here. I was like, no, because I didn't know what it was, because we don't have Golden Corral.
Old Country Buffet.
Yeah. So when he brought me down, he was like, oh, I'm going to take you someplace, nice where we can go and get breakfast. I'm like, okay, I love breakfast.
He took you for breakfast? Oh, man. You are bugging. Golden Corral for breakfast? Shit. I'm like, went right in line. I would like a fresh omelet, please. They crack your eggs.
No.
Man.
Absolutely not.
See the difference? See how siblings are? See, now somebody hear me talking about, man, I went to Golden Corral, and you gonna think, man, his family eat at Golden Corral. And then she be like, Golden Corral? Just like me and my woman. I'll eat at Applebee's. You say Applebee's to her, she gonna slap the shit out of you.
Which one has the Chipotle honey tenders?
Chili's.
Okay, no, I'll go to Chili's, not Applebee's.
And she says Chili's ain't nothing but Mexican Applebee's.
I like Chili's.
And I eat all that. Chili's. Let's do it. Applebee's, Dollaritas.
Are they good?
Yeah. Man.
Are they strong?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all be, man.
But I'm not doing Golden Corral. Absolutely not.
Do y'all eat Golden Corral before we leave? I eat Golden Corral.
No.
And there's nothing, especially now, okay, I can understand the dinner, but the breakfast be slamming. They make your French toast fresh. They make your eggs fresh.
Many other little cute nooks that have and serve breakfast. Do not, and then there's kids running around. They got their hands in everything. People screaming and carrying on. You
zone them out.
Absolutely not. No.
You zone them out.
No, that's somewhere where you go where you're drunk and you're hungover and you're just trying to get back right. Don't bring me there on a first date. What?
You zone them out. Let's do this.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. Good night.
All right, guys.
Talk to you guys tomorrow. God willing, we'll be
Thank
here
you,
tomorrow.
Bean. She gets it.
What?
She said buffet screams. Click on it. No.
Breakfast. That's what I'm saying.
No. Buffet screams kids sticking their hands in the food. Thank you.
I just told you they make your French toast fresh. They make your eggs fresh. They like your omelets and your eggs.
None of that was happening. None of that was happening.
Which one did y'all go to?
The one right off of South Saunders. Near Tryon.
Man, I took a whole football team there. We ate like kings.
Once again, football. Y'all don't care.
Sure
Me,
don't.
Absolutely not.
We
Don't
had
pull that shit
fresh
again.
pancakes and fresh fruit.
I did not have that experience.
Really? How long ago was this?
This was when I first moved down here, so it was like
Oh,
almost
they
like
changed.
12 years ago.
Let's go. This
No,
weekend.
no, thank you.
And it's cheap.
No, thank you.
If you would like to sponsor us, Golden Corral, I eat your food. Y'all are still commenting. Right. I promise you, Golden Corral is the ish. But hey, y'all, she was like that about Waffle House until recently. Took her to Waffle House. She was like,
It was actually pretty good.
touche, Waffle House.
They made their eggs as closely to mine, and I was impressed.
And they will do that at Golden Corral. I promise you. Nah, there's a whole station just for eggs, however you want them. I shouldn't sound so excited about this shit. I'm hungry. That's what it is. I need a spicy chicken on the way home. Hey, man.
All right, y'all.
See y'all.
We'll
God
see you
bless. We'll be
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Bye. Peace. I'm hungry.